Today's topic is about lifting weights and cardio, combination of both. I'm sorry, lifting weight versus cardio. So let me go ahead and introduce myself for anybody who's new, who's watching the replay. My name is Brenda Green. I'm owner of Fit for a Better Me and creator of Virtually Better Fitness, where we teach women that being fit and healthy is actually easy when you stop dieting and start moving. So in this live, you will learn the difference between cardio and lifting weights. I'm going to go through 3 myths, the top myths that women have about strength training and lifting weights. And also, we're going to go over, find out which one burns more fat and why. So let's get started. All right. And guess what? Today I'm a little fancy. I got some slides. Hold on. Let me get those slides for you. Boom! Yes. I got some slides for you today. And I just realized my other thing is not on either. Boom. There you go. I don't know why that wasn't on. All right. So we're here and let's chat with Coach B, lifting weights versus cardio. Let's see what we got here. Oh, there it is. I'm sorry. It looks like I couldn't change the page. All right. So strength, what is strength training or lifting weights? So in the topic, in the title, I said lifting weights. I actually should have used the word strength training because you technically don't have to use like free, dumbbells or anything to strength train. You could use resistance bands. You could use your own body weight and not use any equipment at all. And you are still working your muscles and strength training. So if I use those interchangeably, that's what kind of it means. I know traditionally lifting weights means like using the dumbbells and going to the gym and lifting all the heavy stuff that may be very intimidating for women. But please know if you're using the machines in the gym that kind of assist you, if you're using your own body weight, if you're using resistance bands, you're still strength training, which is great for your muscles. So strength training is really just that, and lifting weights is using anything, using parts of your body that's just going to add resistance to your movement. So that's why you could use any of it, and it's really used to build your muscles. So what is cardio? Cardio is short for cardiovascular exercise, which refers to the heart system. Is really great for a healthy heart. When you do cardio exercise, your heart rate goes up, your breathing goes up, and all of that increases and pumps. All of it increases your heart rate and your breathing to pump oxygen and blood to your muscles. So in this, I'm going to be talking about cardio. We're talking about running, hiking, rowing, swimming, walking. Those are the traditional type of cardio movements, cardio exercise that I'll be discussing. So if we have any questions, you guys could go ahead and post it. All right. So let's go through some of these myths or some of the stuff that women find scary about lifting weights or even exercising. So strength training makes women big and bulky. In general, women have 15 to 20% less concentration of testosterone in their body than men do. Without that extra testosterone, we ladies can't simply build big, huge muscles like guys. It's actually scientifically and biologically not possible. I know you're looking at me like, girl, what you talking about? I done seen some big chicks. I've seen some bulky women. I know, because I've seen them too. Please know, just because you're lifting weights does not mean that's how you're going to end up. Those women train for that. They've been training for years, and they take supplements to assist them for that as well. So do not be afraid. You're not going to become that person. It takes a long, long time, and you have to be in that world in order for you to lift, to become that big and bulky. So Please don't be scared of the lifting weights. It's not gonna make you big and bulky. I've been lifting weights for years and I still look hella feminine. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So, next one. I'm too old to lift weights. I love this one. Honestly, you're not. Honestly, the older you are, the more you should actually lift. You should be lifting weights. There is very good reason for you to lift weights. And that is because lifting weights strengthens your bones and your joints and reduces injury. So I want you to imagine as you get older, your bone density decreases. So you get weaker. Yeah, seen older people, seen our grandparents and stuff, they just kind of start walking a little bit. Just they they just are weaker because they're aging and um their bone density is decreasing as well as their muscle mass. So imagine if you're lifting weights, imagine your bone, right? So you have your bone, and around your bone, you have muscle. As you age, your muscles decrease, your bone is decreasing, and that's how you become weak. So imagine if you're lifting weights and those muscles around your bone are strong. Everything around your bone is going to hold your bones together, it's going to keep it strong. So that is why it's so important for you to lift lift weights or do some type of body weight exercises. I have clients in my class who are in their 60s and they come every day, they're lifting weights and they feel stronger and better and are able to wake up and feel amazing because their bones are stronger, their muscles are stronger, so they're able to do the things that they weren't possibly able to do before they started strength training. So do not be afraid of lifting up some weights, even if you're older. Like I said, I have 60s in my class, in my strength classes at 6 o'clock in the morning, and they kill it. They kill it, picking up 10 pounds and doing bicep curls. So definitely is a time to do it. It's very important. It's never too late for you to start a strength training program. Number 3, I am afraid of injury. Honestly, this is such a valid concern for many women. Proper form doing exercise is essential to prevent injury. So a recommendation if you're starting a strength training process and you're a little bit hesitant is to start lifting weights at like 3 to 5 pounds and then work your way up. So if anyone has started my program, I usually tell them to start with 5 pounds. Depending on where they are, they could start with 3 pounds. And as they get stronger, you increase your weight. Another way to kind of do it is, and it's kind of like a reward system too, is to start lifting weights equivalent to what you lost. So let's say you lost 5 pounds, and that's the amount of weight that you should be lifting. Let's say you lost 8 pounds and you increase your weight to 8 pounds, and so on and so forth. So before you know it, you'll be doing bicep curls with a 20 pound or a 15 pound weight. And it also a great reminder of, how far you've actually come as you start lifting weights. So those are the top 3, but there's one more I didn't put on here because I'm going to explain it to you all in the rest of the live. And one is, and we probably all heard it, you have to do cardio to lose fat. You have to do cardio to lose fat. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So, in that, you do have to do cardio, but you also have to lift weights. An effective fat loss program has absolutely both, which is why with Virtually Better Fitness, we have Zumba classes to get your cardio on. We have our strength classes that also incorporate some cardio stuff all the time as well. And then next week, we'll be talking about high interval training and how that comes into play with cardio and strength training as well. So tune in for that because I got some more info on that one. So for this one, both fat loss program should have cardio and also have strength training program in it. And that's really important. That's how you know you're getting a good program. So cardio, why everyone says cardio is the way to go for fat loss? Because it burns fat, it burns more fat, but once you stop doing cardio, you stop burning. That's it. So, for example, I was on the treadmill this morning for 15 minutes. I was burning fat, and that was after my lifting session. I was burning fat, but that's it. For those 15 minutes, that's all I had for those 15 minutes. So if you don't have a ton of time to do and lose, to work out for an hour, hour and a half, doing cardio or running long distances, you're not going to be burning a ton of fat in just those 10 to 15 minutes. Now, it also depends how intense it was. If you heard my discussion last week, the intensity and all that stuff, that's a little different. But at the same token, it's really important for you to do cardio. One, you do need it for your heart health, but you could stop. Once you stop doing cardio, you stop burning. How about 30 minutes, Crystal asked. 30 minutes, the same thing. You're going to burn for 30 minutes, but after those 30 minutes, you're not burning any more fat. This is where strength training comes into play. And thank you for that question. So you could do it for whatever period, but once you stop doing the actual cardio exercise, you stop burning. Now, why is strength training so important? Because with weightlifting or weight training, you continue to burn fat for 24 to 48 hours after you finish your workout. I'm going to let that sit there for a second. A day to 2 days, you will continue to burn fat. Yes, you will continue to burn fat. And does HIIT burn fat faster? Thank you for that question, Crystal Liz, because that was my next question. That was my next thing. Research actually has shown that when you do high intensity interval training, which is HIIT, workouts, you could continue to burn fat up to 72 hours later. Again, tune into the next conversation next week. It really just depends on the type of workout that you're doing, the longer it works. So this process of burning fat after you finish working out is called Epoc. It's Essex post exercise oxygen consumption. And that really represents the oxygen consumption above your resting level. So your heart level at resting, and your body is trying to utilize what it has to return itself back to their balanced state. So your pre-exercise state. So think about it. Have you ever exercised and kept sweating after your workout? Or felt like you were starving after your workout? Or if you started like a workout routine constantly and you're like, yo, why am I always hungry? I didn't even eat this much before I started exercising. Guess what? These are signs that your body is still working to cool you down and restore your body to create balance after your post-exercise. So I don't know about y'all, but y'all need to start doing these strength training, because this is where it's at. This is where it really is. So you could just imagine yourself, you do a 30-minute HIIT exercise in the morning, and 10 hours later, when you're sitting on the couch, chilling, watching TV, your body's still burning fat. How freaking cool is that? Reacher says it. It's awesome. All right. Crystal said, after I worked out hard, I eat a lot, but the key is I don't want to eat unhealthy stuff. Correct. Because I worked out. So you try to reward yourself with food because you worked out so hard. Yeah, you have to eat healthy to really get the benefits, because if you don't, if you worked out that hard, whether you worked 30 minutes and you burned, let's say 500 calories, you can literally eat 500 calories in one meal that's unhealthy, or even more. So definitely make sure that the food that you're eating is healthy, so that the nutrients from that food goes into the places that it needs. It goes into muscle growth. It goes into, just keeping you healthy. Very, very important, instead of, storing it as fat. And you also use it to burn more. You use that fuel for the next workout that you do and burning. So definitely very, very important. So One of the other things you probably also thought, if you think about it, you've seen these people with muscles and like they stay lean all the time. They could eat a burger, eat fries. I'd be like, dang, because I'd be looking at them too. But they're super muscular, and that is why. Because the more calories you're burning, because muscle burns more, longer, and you're able to keep the fat off. So it's really important, again, just to strength train. I mean, there's so many tons of benefits. But again, as I mentioned before, a fat loss program has both. So you weight train first, work your muscles, do all of that, and then I think I did this in another live at some point. I've done so many now that I'm confusing my topics. But I had said that before, that you should definitely lift weights first and then do your cardio. All right, let's see what we have here for the next one. So, one interesting thing, and I put this in here because I actually love this picture. It just says so much visually, and I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger, and I'm gonna move to the side. Ooh, okay, no, because I'm gonna be twisting too far. So the more muscle you gain, the more calories you burn, and the more likely you'll keep it off. And that's what I just mentioned. And that is because if you look at fat, so this big yellow blob you see here with a pen on top, that's 5 pounds of fat. This little brown thing, reddish, that's 5 pounds of muscle. So just look at that. A pound of muscle can burn anywhere from 10 to 20 calories a day, while a pound of fat burns 2 to 5 calories a day. And if you notice, muscle muscle is more dense. It takes less space than fat does. So that's why when you lose fat and gain muscle, the scale might not say that because you're gaining muscle. So let's say you lose 5 pounds of fat and you gain 5 pounds of muscle. What happens to the scale? It stays exactly the same. This is why the scale is not a great measurement for knowing where you are. If you're gaining muscle, then the scale will stay exactly the same. It could stay the same, or it might not go down as fast as possible. But other measurements to see what's going on, how your clothes feel, how you feel, how you look, your body composition, how your measurements. Those are better indicators of the work that you're actually doing instead of the scale, the scale and your weight. So it's really important to see that. So all that fat, you switch it into that little 5 pound, they equal the same. And you look much better, look slimmer and trimmer, and you're looking great. So let's see here. Nope, that was it. All right. So in conclusion, an effective fat loss program will include a regular strength training and cardio workouts. You could either do them separately or together, depending on your schedule and actually your goals. For me, I tend to do them. I do them every day. I don't do them together technically, and that's something we're like hit. So tune in for next week. But I normally do them separate. But I do them every single day. So I strength train a muscle group one day, and then right after I go ahead and do my cardio workout. So do that extra burning of the fat for that time. And it all really depends on your schedule and really what your goals are. Another important component, and this is what Crystal had mentioned, is eating a healthy diet. So if you implement, all three components, so cardio, strength training, and eating healthy, you're gonna maximize your weight loss results and get that fat loss even better. So that is it for me. Does anyone have any questions? I think Crystal, you might be the only one on here. Thank you for tuning in. So let me know if you have any more questions. But definitely, I invite anyone who's watching this or anyone who watches on replay, I invite you to start a strength training program with Virtually Better Fitness. We have a strength classes 5 days a week. They're live or on demand. And if you're interested in learning more, I'm going to post a link, and it has an exclusive offer if you want to go ahead and try it. So I'll post that later, right after. I'll put it in the comments or in the description. So if we don't have any questions, did you learn anything? Whoever's out there, I think it might still be Crystal. I'm not sure. Anybody? Yep. There are good calories too, but maybe share for the next one. There are good calories or cardio. There are good calories too. I'm confused what you're saying. Calories or cardio? I mean, I think we wrote calories. Uh, oh wait, maybe she could. Oh, like good fat. Absolutely. I think I discussed that a little bit more doing how to lose your belly fat. There is. And when you say fat, are you talking about what you're eating? Yes. So you're talking about what you're eating. Avocado. That is a totally different subject. That's actually what you're putting. There is fat. The fat that's on your body and the fat that you're eating, two different things. Two definitely different things. You actually, if you're eating the good fat, you're using that for fuel versus going into your body and storing it. So that's a very good distinction. And a lot of people do get that confused. They think they use the word like something, they might look at the ingredients and say, oh, this is high in fat. It it's not necessarily mean that becomes fat and becomes fat in your body. As a matter of fact, sugar is the one that really stores in your body and stays there and becomes fat, as opposed to the actual fat ingredient that's in there. So yeah, there's definitely fat. And I think I spoke about that last month when we were talking about more about healthy eating. So yeah, no, there's definitely good fats. Yep, that's what I was getting to, but you're better at describing it. All good. Nope, it's all good. It's definitely something that people might get confused. So I appreciate your comment. So okay, so if we don't have any more questions, definitely catch this replay. If you have questions and you're watching the replay, just post replay and put your questions in the comments, and I'll definitely go ahead and answer. I'll post a quick summary on there too, so you know what we're talking about. But I know there's some good stuff, so make sure you take notes and learn from this. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off. My name is Brenda from Fit for a Better Me, signing off with a reminder: when you feel better, you do better, and ultimately you will feel better.